Drinking coffee and going live is my favoriteest thing
ever
to do. Good afternoon. This is what? What are we doing?
We're doing a show, an impromptu show, because we just hosted a webinar. Our voices are warmed up. We're ready to chat with the world. So we're diving in unexpectedly.
So what are we talking about?
We're talking about our friend ChatGPT.
That's my buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, who's texting us over here? He reached a pause on the fence. Oh,
okay.
That's for other moments.
Yeah. Not this one.
Not this moment.
No, we don't let kids into this moment.
We don't let kids into this moment. So we're talking about using ChatGPT. We just did a private webinar and we decided that some of this was valuable enough to go public on. And so I guess this is, we're starting with a question, and that is, we got a viewer. Who's our viewer? Who's our viewer?
We have a friend.
We have a friend, Nicole Bratto.
No. My camera's watching us.
Yeah. No. It's someone from your channels.
Okay.
That's what it is. So the question is how are you using ChatGPT for your social media? We've got some things that we propose to show you, and I can actually share the screen here by doing a little bit of this, and a little bit of that, and a little bit of this. And there we go. I'm way too small. Let's do something like this, but now I'm way too.
Bye.
Bye. So here we are. We're going to get into this in a hot second and show you how we're using ChatGPT. But the first thing is how are most people
on the go?
Well, what does that mean?
Most people are using ChatGPT on the go. What should I post today? What should I talk about today? What is a good social media post for my industry? And they post on the go. And I'm just speaking from experience because I do this too. But I also think they're using chat for their therapist, their school, their work. It's like our new.
It's our buddy.
Yeah, it's our go-to.
It's our bot. Like we're programming these bots. And so, what does it mean? I asked you a question though, and we just heard from Natasha a little bit on this. But give them an example of what you mean by on the go with social media using ChatGPT.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a business owner, or you're building a business, we're basically using chat as a very quick temporary fix, meaning that especially for social media, if this is specifically what you're referring to, is we ask them for those solutions for that day or 2 days or 3 days, and rarely are we taking the next step, which is build me a 30-day social media plan, strategy, calendar, include captions, include emojis, include hashtags, and then taking that information and using it to set ourselves up for success with social media, which would be, batching or planning it out. And yes, I'm easier said than done. Believe me, we're a media company, a marketing company. And so, for us, we're going to continue to preach this because we want to make your life easier. And maybe if you realize how easy it is to build that 30-day campaign, you may start implementing it or, actually using all the awesomeness that ChatGPT can do for you.
Okay. So we've got ChatGPT up. Give us an example of what Natasha was saying on what she normally does.
She usually, she's a real estate agent and into fitness. And I think she was saying that she uses it for ask it to write a caption or a post for that day. So she's using it kind of day by day or list, a listing. She has a listing that she needed chat to write a caption for, a home listing. And so I think she typed in the address and the information and out came the caption. And so she used that for her post that day. That was it.
Okay. Give me an example. Literally. Give me an example. We're typing this in for them to see.
Okay. Write a caption for 1234, Hartzell Avenue, and include emojis and hashtags. Include
emojis and and mind you, for those hopping on right now, this is an example of how the typical person, this is not what we're suggesting.
No.
You might have used ChatGPT like this.
Right.
And hashtags. So let's even say, and 5 hashtags for a showing today.
Yeah.
And this is typically what you get. Dun, dun, dun.
There's some decent hashtags. Lakeland Living. dream home vibes. Not really any specific local stuff, but that's the example we're looking for.
And then when you get an output like this, you're typically when you get an output like this, what most people do is then they go, oh, this didn't give me exactly what I wanted. So they then expand on it. Give me 3 to 5 different hooks or captions like this. And the agent has these to pick from. So it'll then produce some decent stuff.
Yeah.
So this is what you were saying when you said on the go.
Yeah.
They're going to use ChatGPT on the go for their social media. And this is way faster than it was in the past, but still not great.
It's almost like you don't know what you don't know. So this is good. Like when you're doing this, I would imagine you're like, oh, this is good. This is good enough because you aren't really sure what it's capable of. Yeah.
So if you're watching right now, wherever you're watching from, do you use ChatGPT like this? And if you're watching, you're probably curious about some advanced strategies, which we'll get into in a second. But tell us in the comments how you're typically using ChatGPT, whether you're a realtor, a small business owner, or a ministry person, or whatever it is. Tell us how you're using ChatGPT. How do I get rid of my name as a caption here? It's kind of obnoxious, isn't it?
Where's your name even?
So it's covering you up.
Oh, that's chat. Kidding.
Boom. There we go. Got it. Found it.
Oh, wow. I have a neck.
You have a neck.
Nice.
So this is typically how people are using it. Okay. So what was the first thing we suggested, before we got into like projects and all that other stuff? The other thing we were suggesting is what's a level up from this on the go ChatGPT marketing use? What's the next step?
It was getting a prompt together, right? No. Asking it to do 30 days of captions.
So what's an example of someone goes, okay, this is okay, but I don't want to just do this every day and on the go. I want to actually leverage my time. What's a type of prompt someone might ask?
Yeah, you're going to update the prompt and ask it to build you a 30-day social media marketing campaign with captions and a call to action. Include emojis and hashtags. And visual suggestions for the content. You can actually ask chat for that because it will give you some direction on what kind of content for your videos to create. So I think that was it. It was really just elaborating that we wanted a full 30-day campaign versus just a day.
Include, let's just say 2 possible hooks. Include 2 possible hooks and make it in a table form. Boom. So this would be the second level up here. So if the first is what Nicole's calling on the go, you come up with some hook ideas, you come up with some concepts, and you pick one that strikes you best.
Yeah.
The problem with this is you're going to wake up tomorrow and have to do the same thing, but be pretty frustrated, or maybe you're just not motivated that day. Maybe you just came off of a negotiation that didn't go so hot, and you're not excited. This level up is just level 1, and we have a few additional levels here to show you how to get all this in a single sentence. But you now have a campaign that has 30 days here on the left, and it's still writing.
It is.
It's still writing. It has different content types, reels, carousel, so that maybe you're feeling like you're doing video one day, and the next day you just want to create a carousel. That's fine. 2 possible hooks. Your dream home is waiting, or would you live here? Pretty decent hooks. And then calls to action. Book your showing today. DM me for more details. Follow for more sneak peeks. That's actually not bad. Visual suggestions and then hashtags. And
I just came up with that visual suggestion thing. I think someone told me about that. And it is helpful because one of the things that people come to us the most, like that they're struggling with, are 1, content ideas, and then 2, what kind of video to make. So I think even having that suggestion from chat can start leading your thoughts towards the right kind of video. So yeah.
So you have a 30-day calendar, and let's say you have an administrator do this, or you do this yourself. What can they do with this to pull it out of ChatGPT and pull it into real life?
You use a scheduling software or use Meta. Is that what you mean? Or where are you leading with this?
I mean, what's next? Does it just live here and they have to wake up tomorrow and hope they're motivated? Like, how can they turn this into a system?
Put it in
Google Calendar?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
Yeah, put it in
A
Google
Google
Calendar,
Note.
put it somewhere, an Outlook, somewhere that it lives outside of you.
And it lives outside of chat, because if
Has
you're
to live outside of chat.
chatting to chat all day, then it starts to fall. And if you haven't made it a project, which is going to be our next thing, then it just gets all mixed up with your other chats. So you're totally right. Take this and put it in a Google Doc or put it somewhere, and so that you can reference it back and it just doesn't get lost, and it defeats the whole point. So
Yeah. So what you can do is, as soon as you get a calendar like this, you take that calendar. You can go ahead and do that real quick. You take that calendar, put it somewhere where it can live outside of ChatGPT and live outside of yourself. The downside of chatting with chat is stuff gets lost in the conversation, just like it would with a human. Yes, it's searchable. Yes, you can scroll through and find it again. But those micro speed bumps cause people to not go back to their chats already. And this is true for nearly all of you. Already, you have zombie chats, and you've probably asked ChatGPT a question that you've asked it before. So I'm going to take a time out. In the comments, just say, yep, that's me. If you have conversations with ChatGPT that you realize, oh, I've already had this conversation with ChatGPT.
Oh, dang.
And the idea is stuff's getting lost with chat like it is with humans if you treat it the same as a human. Now, I spend a lot of time with chat. I'll get into a conversation and I don't mind just feeding it my story or feeding it my idea. That's really good to like be driving in the car and like to download something. But when you're trying to turn something from a good discussion into a system, move it outside of yourself. So the first step that we saw is on the go.
Yeah.
And that's like the average person says, give me 2 or 3 ideas for content. And they pick one and then just move on from there. The second level up was going, I want to do this more as a system. So you create the 30-day calendar. That's the second level up. And then what was the third suggestion we gave here? It was drafts. So the level up here is, if you've gotten this far, you've gotten a lot of leverage out of ChatGPT and you've planned for the month ahead. But let's say you wake up tomorrow, you're not really motivated. What do people typically do to make sure day 2 is just easy to do?
Well, I kind of want to go back because you mentioned systems. And I think if you're a small business owner doing this, the best thing that comes out of it is that you can give this system or this information to somebody who works for you, or you can delegate it out to a VA. And especially if you like the ideas and maybe you give them some wiggle room to be creative, but you have a structure for them to go off of versus, hey, just do my social media, or hey, just come up with something. And then you're not really in part of it or integrated into it. I think it's really important to say that one of the levels up is that even taking this right here, you could delegate this and make into somebody who does social media and make it make sense. So that's that. But I don't know where you're leading with the other one, like the next post the drafts. Prompt demo. So going into like the mega prompt?
Not yet. Typically what people do is they wake up the next day and they look at their calendar. And so it's now like September 2nd. They go, okay, I need a carousel post. And I've got a good caption here. And then I've got, okay. So they move something like this. Please create the post for day 2. Expand the caption and format it for Instagram. Most of you have probably done something like this. And it's all manual. And again, this is way faster than it was back in the day. And if you're not feeling good, I mean, here it is. It's ready to go. It actually has the steps and the emojis. Tell me your call to action. Here's your hashtag. And then it even has some visual suggestions for us to expand. This is like prime. So if you woke up late or had a late night, you are doing on-the-go marketing, then you leveled up by creating your calendar, and then you leveled up further by just telling it, just expand day 2 and give it to me. This is already pre-leveraged, but this isn't even where we're going to finish. So the question is this to those watching: have you done at least this? I think most people haven't done this far.
Yeah, I don't. They might not know or realize they can.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And so our proposal to everyone is, let's actually do this so that this can all happen in a single sentence. So this dialogue that's going back and forth, the question is, have you ever worked with a mega prompt? What you seeing? You got to put on them lady glasses. You put on them old lady glasses.
Man, I am an old lady. I'm 45 this month. You just forget how old you are. Once you get into your 40s, you're like, I don't know. I know
I'm trying to read the screen.
I'm just getting older. I just only know I'm old because things, like my eyesight started going. It says, I was reading the caption, it says schedule your private showing, but it looks like there's 2 eyes right there. Do you see that? And I'm like, why is it putting like a...
No, that's the cursor.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go.
So if you've come this far, this is really what we wanted to drop on you, that something you can do, and some of you are already using projects. Natasha herself says she's using projects, but demonstrate to you how you can create your own custom GPT so that you just give it a single prompt for 30 minutes a month even, and get it to build what you need. Or you could do more than that, but some of you are just so busy that you can't do this. So let's just name this Grant Content Calendar.
And this keeps you organized, you guys. Like we were talking about it, like, in your text thread, you just like lose your conversations because you get so many a day. The projects live on the tab on the left, and you can just, hey, there's my social media plan. There it is. Just keep clicking to it, keep adding to it. And the more you talk to it, the more it gets to know your voice. So I'm excited. Projects has been like the best thing to ever happen to chat.
So if you've gone into projects, it keeps things organized, but many people have not gone into depth.
Yeah, that was me. I didn't realize this until a couple weeks ago.
Boom. So what I have pasted in here is what I call a prompt. It takes all the dialogue back and forth that you've had with ChatGPT, like we just demonstrated. Create, 3 possible hooks. Oh, let's level up. Create a calendar. Great, let's level up. Here's how I want a post formatted. And so you have all these level ups, and the idea is, well, what if the output wasn't that great and you wanted to improve it? You have to scroll back up in your chat, find your prompt, copy it, paste it, and edit it, and tweak it, and then test it again. With projects, we present for your consideration, making sure that the instructions are your mega prompt. You are my AI social media strategist. You have an IQ, IQ of 160.
Is that smart?
That's smart.
That's like Mensa smart.
Yeah, I think Mensa is what, 140?
Dang, so that's like super smart.
It's very smart. Yeah. Here we go.
I wonder, has anybody ever added an IQ to their prompt?
Award-winning campaigns in the past. Boom. And you're starting to give it a story. Now you can give it as detailed as you want. You will speak in the voice of Steve Jobs.
Jeez. Is anybody gonna be able to understand this?
Well, yeah, because he made everything simple, but you could pick whatever.
Okay.
You could pick your favorite celebrity. Give me a celebrity that that chat would know.
Well, they'll know because they'll.
What about Oprah?
They'll look it up. Yeah.
Mel
Robbins.
Who?
Mel Robbins.
Okay, in the voice of Mel Robbins. Let's do that.
Let them.
Let them. And in this case, I am a creator or influencer in the niche, and we've been using Natasha Fussell as an example, who is a real estate agent. So I'm focused on Florida real estate for middle, upper income families.
Wow. Very specific.
Very specific. And this is ending up in the instructions so that any of the content put out, it's not only has this voice, but it also is very specific Oh, you didn't tell him you did that.
Yep.
Boom. So then, you mentioned content pillars on our last,
I did.
and it's right here. So what sort of content pillars do you suggest? We suggest 3 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
What content pillars for our prototype real estate agent should we place in here?
And I think people get hung up on content pillars. Like, what is that? It's just big that you talk about a lot, right? And you may not even realize those are some young ladies.
Those are some young lady glasses.
You better believe it. Jared's my friend, Grant. Where are you at? Where's Grant at? I'm putting my glasses back on for you, Jared.
There we go.
Yeah. But people get hung up on that. And it's really just topics. And whether you realize it or not, you probably talk about the same stuff, 4 or 5 topics. And it shows up in content. Mine are, my kids, fitness, business, events, maybe. But it's something that that you're doing whether you realize it. So you want to identify those and or add one that you really want to start talking about. Like if you're in real estate, but you find you don't talk about mortgage rates enough, or maybe more of like the number side of the business, then ask it to use that as a content pillar to start integrating into your content. So it's not just what it is, but where you want to go too.
Okay. So what are 3 to 5 content pillars real quick?
For a real estate agent? Yeah. New listings.
Oh shoot.
Uh-oh.
Where are we at? Don't even know.
Do your thing.
What else?
Home maintenance.
Okay.
Local living.
Okay.
I don't know. Tips on finding a house.
Buyers.
Yeah.
Sellers.
There you go.
Boom. All right. And so we filled that in, and then using these content pillars, create a 30-day social media content calendar for pick your platform. We're going to just pick Instagram.
Meta.
If you want both Instagram and Facebook.
Call it the meta.
3 formats, post drafts. Okay, so take the first 5 post drafts from the calendar and write draft captions for them. Write in my voice, which is, we said Mel Robbins, which is like Mel Robbins as a real estate agent.
This is almost like doing a mashup when it's like sing this song that you send me those TikToks all the time.
Assertive and fun.
Pink Pony Girl, but as
professional.
But as Nirvana.
Enough for my target audience. Keep text Amber, let her know that we're sorry for missing the huddle. Keep captions concise and engaging, designed to drive shares. Include a call to action with each post. And what else? Let's see here. Finally, output everything in a clear, organized format. Boom. So with instructions like this, boom, we're going to save this. And now when I have a chat, ChatGPT is not going to talk to everything else in here. It might reference it a little bit, especially with ChatGPT 4, which is a legacy model. I prefer ChatGPT 4. There's reasons for that. But I can simply now say, hey, I'm ready to create my September content calendar. Let's go. Hey, create my September content calendar. Boom.
That's sweet. You just do a little work up front, like most things, and then it pays off.
So here it goes. Boom.
So Mel Robbins.
Well, hang on. It's not even there yet.
I know.
Would you live here? New listing. So here it goes. September 1st, and it's going to be writing these out. So you saw us do this a moment ago, but instead of having to get into this dialogue back and forth, you could stick a VA on this for 1 hour a month, 15 minutes a month, and then turn this into Canva graphics, put it into the Meta Business Planner, or put it on your Google Calendar for you to create. And let's just see what else we've produced here. Let's look at the drafts so that it sounds like, okay, and then it's doing the first 5 drafts right away. There's a lot of emojis. I want to tone the emojis down. It's super intense.
That's what Mel Robbins wants.
No, it is not what Mel Robbins wants. I don't even know if they know who Mel Robbins is.
They know. It's chat. Chat knows who Mel Robbins is.
Maybe
your chat doesn't. He only knows Tony Robbins.
That is true.
And just Dispenza.
Joe Dispenza.
Joe Dispenza.
But so this has a lot of emojis. Now, here's the thing. Instead of having to scroll up, I don't have to fix this. I can go to my instructions. Whoop. Where's my instructions? Where's my instructions? My content calendar. I go up to my instructions and I'll go in here and fix this so that my output gets better and better with each prompt. And we've learned this from other platforms that we've worked on, but formulating your mega prompt is super important. Now, here's the thing. Where do I get this mega prompt? If you struggle with getting your mega prompt, you can open up a new chat and say, I need help with creating a mega prompt. I have a starter prompt which I will paste below, but I want you to
very specific.
Make the changes. Less emojis.
Oh, dang.
More professional. Whatever. Pick your changes. And what's one more change, Nicole?
I like to make it more personable.
Make it more personal. More personable.
Personable. I don't actually. Yeah. Actually, it's funny. Those are kind of contradicting, right? More professional, but more personable. We'll see what it comes up with.
Here's the original prompt. So I paste the original prompt. I made some changes. I'm updating it, and it's going to help me shape my mega prompt. Anytime you want to create a project where you're getting a more robust output, you just spend time on the mega prompt. And here it goes. Here's the refined mega prompt.
That's a mega prompt?
Yeah.
Oh, because it used yours and then
it used mine and it's elaborated.
Okay.
And so I'm going to highlight it. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. I'm going to copy it. And now I'm going to go back to my my project. I'm going to go to edit instructions. I'm going to copy all and paste this over it. Boom. I might have to format it a little bit. Here, let's see here.
Do you think you have to format stuff for chat?
Yes, you definitely have to. Well, you don't have to. It's a good question. Do you have to format stuff for chat? You don't have to, but it can certainly help.
I don't even spell the words right for chat.
The more detailed you are, the more you format it. Like if I don't make this a list, it doesn't really know. It has to infer that these things are together. And it's usually pretty good at inferring. But if you set it up right away, it knows how correlated these concepts are. So I could go through here. But my real point is we're not even going to output this again necessarily. I'm just showing you that that you can update these instructions, and anytime you wanted to get better output, instead of starting a new conversation and refining that prompt, you just go to edit instructions and just keep making this better and better, smarter and smarter.
Love it.
I'll demonstrate one final thing and then we'll take questions. And wherever you're at, if you're watching, please ask your questions. Any of the questions you have at all about how to use this. So you can see on the screen, I do the Grant Sparks show every Monday. And I have a detailed set of instructions right here. And I even have it down to the structure of my script and outline. There we go. I have the outline right here. And so I have places like these little brackets of when I want it to update something, like the date or the time or my topic for the day. So I have a detailed set of instructions for the Grant Sparks show. And then I will simply say, hey, let's create the next outline. And it's pulling from my instructions and it says, got it, let's do it. It even knows to ask me a question. So I'm going to say, let's go with T. Boom. And it will now outline an entire show. It's searching the web because I gave it instructions to do deep research. It's not really sure what number we're at, so I have to update that. And it's coming up with this phrase from spark to blaze. This is my exact outline for my show. It has other news because I put other news. It has the price of crypto and all this sort of stuff. And it even came up with a framework because my instructions are that it always comes up with a framework. So the framework is fire and you do fuel first and ignite intentionality. I'm not going to bog you down with this, but this is the power of using a project with detailed instructions for your content calendar. What questions do you have? This is a lot. What are you thinking?
That I need to do this.
For what?
We run multiple businesses. So this is helpful, and I've used it before, but there's been a lot I've actually learned just by us going through this process with this mega prompt and taking the time in and making asking chat to create a mega prompt for you instead of just thinking you have to do it on your own, and just continuing to feed it until you get it right. And I was actually going to ask, say you do that for 30 days and then you have a runaway post that just did really, really well. You could take that post, even a screenshot of it, upload it and say, hey, this one did really good. Let's do more content like this and elaborate on more ideas around that, or that topic did really good. So I think that it's even so much more important to continue to give it feedback too, as you start to utilize the 30-day campaign. So
when it comes to social media, we have a phrase: don't put money behind any of your posts. Post organically, and then when an organic post gets a lot of engagement, repost that one and put money behind it, whether you boost it or run an ad with it. Do something, because that one got engagement for some reason. Similarly, if you get a lot of engagement, take what you're saying. It can be a screenshot, it can be the copy, it can be your description. I recommend being as detailed as possible. Then going into your instructions, not here, but here. Go into your instructions and tell it at the bottom, follow this format. I'm attaching, this image or this graphic, and I want you to model this format for future posts. And it will update itself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do screenshots all the time, just even of my desktop, and do copy paste. And it can read the text in the image, can look at the text. And so I don't know if people knew that, but you can actually use screenshots for chat to review.
So there are crazier tools out there, but if most of you are doing on the go.
This is really covering how you can take on the go and make it more intentional and strategic and actually useful. Because I'm going to tell you guys, on the go is exactly that. I mean, we can say it all day long, we're all so busy, but at the same time, it depends on how fast you want to grow. If you're not consistent, you're not talking about things, people don't know what to come to your account for. You're going to see that reflected in your growth rate. So this is all we're telling you to do this so that you can grow on social media. That's the end goal.
Yeah. And it's not easy. Now, what we discourage is relying so heavily on this that you quit thinking about your own content. What we've seen is people that stay with on-the-go marketing, what they tend to do is just go, this is a lot of work. I'm not going to do it. That's what they thought when they had to do all their own content ideation in the first place. We sat with someone this week who was like, this is a lot of work. And we're like, yes, it is a lot of work. And even with ChatGPT, it's like, but what if I just I don't like this? Well, that's a different issue. But but sometimes even doing this can be like, I'm going to abandon my consistency. I'm going to just not do what they're suggesting and start riffing. And our goal is that you mature as a marketer. Even if you're a solopreneur, if you are just doing your own thing, you got to get organized. But my fear is that they lean so heavily on this that they're not refining their instructions, their mega prompt. They're not getting better with time. They're not thinking about their voice. They're just setting it up, showing up. I'm just going to do this one post. My hope is that this takes enough work off of you that you can focus on bringing your energy, your positivity, your personal brand to your content. Because I think that's actually what's missing from people's content.
I mean, most of the time that's what it is. And people don't want to get on video. They don't want to get in stories. And I mean, at the end of the day, if you can do that every day, I know that it's probably a big ask, to somebody who's not used to it. But once you start doing it like anything else, it becomes more natural. But you can really grow showing up on your content. And but this 30-day plan probably relies more on B-roll, like some video stuff,
Mhm.
but it gets you in the groove.
Yep.
That's the point. And like you said, it's practice, and it gets you in the groove, and it makes you think about situations more as content than just like if you walk into a coffee shop. Now, when I walk into a coffee shop, I'm like, oh, I could do. It's just a myriad of ideas that come to me that I'm like, I could do this kind of content here. I could do this kind of content here, and you'll notice you'll start thinking in that way, and that's when you know you've reached the point where, yeah, that's when you know you've reached the crazy point.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everyone's out there and is doing social media because they quote unquote have to.
Mhm.
This social media plan's good for that because only a few of the days are videos and reels. Some of them are B-roll, like you're saying. Some of them are posts and carousels, so it's less intensive. I present for your consideration doing just enough because you have to do social media. You're going to get sick of it. The reason we do encourage this is so that you start thinking about content and start thinking about your voice while someone else, and in this case, ChatGPT, is handling the ideation, and you're paying attention to how does this look across my brand. You're elevating your thinking about your brand instead of just offloading it. I'd never want you to offload it because honestly, if this is a chore and you're trying to hand a chore to ChatGPT, it can handle some of the admin, but you're still going to get sick of it just the same.
Yeah.
And so I encourage you to use the extra bandwidth that this might give you to be thinking about where can I find my fun? I heard a great quote too about this, and I shared this with Nicole, and it was a TikToker. And this young gal, she's a Latin gal, and she's wildly famous, and I should know her name. I don't know her. She wears her hair like gelled down, and she's just a character. She's young. She gets her family in on her skits and stuff. And she was being interviewed by another creator who we followed who's big on story and storytelling through social media. And she asked her, like, if you had one tip for people, what is this? And she said, when we think about showing up on camera, she said, be a caricature of yourself. Whatever is this idea, whatever people make fun of or tease you about, be that but more. If you're a spaz, be that but more.
So I should be louder, even louder than I am?
Maybe. But it's being a caricature of yourself. And when we say showing up as a character, we really are saying showing up as a caricature. Because not that you're faking, but the caricature is you living out these natural things that these characteristics that make up you, you're toned down in real life. We should be using social media as a reason to be more of you, because Lord knows out here people are going to tone down your voice. So why don't you use social media to accentuate,
As we read earlier, amplify it.
So anyways, these are some tools. This ChatGPT is a tool if you'll use it. Boom. Is a tool if you'll use it with a mega prompt in a project. It will save you loads of time. And hopefully you'll exchange those loads of time to put more thought and energy into how you're showing up.
Yeah.
How are you showing up?
Big energy.
Big energy. This is actually afternoon lunch nap energy is what this is.
So I'm trying to stop. I'm trying not to shift. But it is. It's like 1:30. We usually have our huddle by now. And then it's the afternoon shift, and it's what happens when you wake up early and work out, I guess.
That is what happens.
Yeah.
All right, we're out of here. If you have any questions at all, where did we go? There we are. If you have any questions at all about AI, our websites, our
social media,
reach out to us at hotspark.io.
Oh my God.
I don't even know. Spark my site. Hit me at Spark my site.
There's so many of those floating around now.
There are.
Yeah.
I'm Grant. This is Nicole, and we are
Hotspark.
Have a good afternoon.